we absolutely support him any way we can. I was giving him a little bit of a ribbing there, but great young man. Great to have him working with us here at the West Coast Sevens. And I love some of the interviews he's doing, because I love the fact that we give these athletes some exposure, because they deserve it, because they're working hard and they're really, really proving themselves. So excited to have Caleb continue to build on that.
Well, okay, looking forward to hearing more from him throughout the day. So now, as we have some more high school girls action getting us underway here on pitch 1. With the ball just knocked forward. The games come thick and fast. Can't wait for a little snack to come up to the booth. Maybe our production team hear me on that one. All the great work that they do here on the West Coast Sevens. That's TVX Sports Video. Go and make sure you follow them, subscribe to them on their YouTube channel and everything that is social media, as well as the West Coast Sevens. Check them out. Oh, and hit the follow button. You'll get all the action, all the news, all the gossip as well, like those interviews from Caleb Thomason. So we are here for high school rugby. There's Jeremy ODowd, of course, so part of this US college program, working with CRAA and being with Clermont as their director of rugby for so long now. Fantastic to join it. Be in the booth with myself, Will Hooley. I'm a has-been that used to play and now have the honour of calling games like we are today.
Yeah, it's great to watch this next high school girls games. We've got Bishop ODowd here in green, breaking out from the 22, unfortunately going into touch. So it's going to be a turnover there. It's going to be a line out, for the Sacremento Harlequins, who are playing from left to right in the white jerseys with the black shorts. So another good opportunity to watch some high school girls, showing the way, and excited for the next few minutes. As you said, Will, the action is coming thick and fast. There's no breaks for us. There's no water breaks, no bathroom breaks. But it's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to commentate on all these games. And here we go with the Harlequins busting through. Some really strong carry there. Looks like she's got some good support runners here. So turnover isn't affected, and they're very close to the line. They're going route one, just trying to dot that ball down. But some Bishop ODowd really showing some good defensive presence there. And so Sacramento's going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, you see, whoa. That's it. Yeah.
So a little too much there, a little bit too much pressure. The Bishop ODowd defense was very narrow there. And even though they were narrow, Sacramento chose to keep route one going straight through the middle. A little bit of power and strength there to be able to dot it down. First score of the game. So it's actually one of the slowest scores of the morning. We took almost 2.5 minutes before we had the first score there. But great start for Sacramento, and looking forward to seeing what they can do over the next, about 10.5 minutes.
And that's the good team. Right now, yeah. The battle is on. Not selling them what is nobody playing. Gosh.
From a quick hydration break. And little snacks come our way in the booth. How fantastic that is. We've still got plenty of action coming your way. Here as we're watching high school girls rugby, Sacramento against Bishop's ODowd. Sacramento with that first score, 7-0. As now Bishop ODowd comes through the middle. They should call this game of sevens. I feel like all the action we've seen has had a lot of physicality to it, even though there is only 7 people on this field for each side. Bishop ODowd try and work it towards that far side. And there is an infringement crossing. The referee deems on from the Bishop's ODowd player. So Sacramento will get the ball back from this penalty. There's a little 2-on-1 to that blind side. Works out great. And a really good bit of speed. That is lightning quick. It's trying to get underneath the post to make the kick a little bit easier. But Jeremy ODowd, You mentioned how you thought I had speed in my career. I didn't have that much. That is brilliant work from the high school girl from Sacramento to get over for the second score.
Absolutely, Will. Brilliant work. Just hitting the edge, and then once again, relying on pace and athleticism. So we're really seeing, so unfortunately, the conversion hits the post and doesn't go through. So we are seeing some good rugby. The one thing I would say, if I'm looking at Bishop ODowd, and I had a comment on how they've started, they seem to be playing fairly laterally. And when you play and run laterally, it's fairly easy to defend. So I'd like to see them look for some running angles, be a little bit more decisive on their runs, and then they can get back in the game. But a little flat so far, but I think that will change.
Perfect.
Kickoff taken by Bishop ODowd. Trying to just work their way up that far sideline.
See, they've really got depth there, Will. We just talked about how flat they've been. They're not flat anymore. Now they have an opportunity to strike. Oh, the ball goes to ground, but they've still retained possession. They've still got an opportunity to put something on the scoreboard here. Unfortunately, a bit loose at contact. It's going to come down. It's going to be a scrum to Sacramento with just over a minute to go. But I think Bishop ODowd will have some confidence from some strike running there.
Good.
So we have a scrum down here. I'll take over for a second while Mr. Hooley looks for a little snack in the snack bag to give him some energy. Strong scrum by Bishop ODowd. Sacramento is able to, the refs bring it back, resetting of the scrum, but it was a good push from Bishop. So I want to watch for that and see if they can continue that aggression, at the scrum, looking for a turnover there. They weren't able to achieve it, but we did get a scrum reset. And so now they're waiting on the referee's cadence for another put-in. Better scrum by Sacramento. Still a bit sloppy, but they're able to retain it. Now they have an opportunity to clear by lines a little bit. Oh, loose pass and loose contact. But it looks as though we're coming back for infringement. I think she's called them for offside. Yeah, she's called the Bishop ODowd for offside. So Sacramento will have a penalty just outside of their 10-meter line, an opportunity to retain possession, clear by lines a little bit. But good game so far. It's a good game that my colleague is missing. But I'm enjoying doing this, solo, and just watching these girls, ply their trade is great. Great work there by Bishop ODowd at the breakdown. A bit of a sort of loose work on the ground by Sacramento. Sacramento believing the penalty was there. She hasn't retreated 10 meters, so now there's 10 meters more given to Bishop ODowd. So they have an attack on Sacramento's 10-meter line as time is up. So they'll be looking to put some points on the board here to give them some confidence going into the half. The rumor has it that my colleague will be back for the second half or for halftime. Unfortunately, the Bishop ODowd runs into touch. The tackle's made there. The referee will blow it up for halftime. So we have a 12-0 score in favor of the Sacramento Harlequins for the very, very good half of rugby, and very enjoyable for me to be able to commentate on. So I'm looking forward to the next 7 minutes with these two teams.
Jeremy, fantastic work from you doing that solo. Helped by some fantastic rugby. Sacramento 12 points to 0 up here on field 1. Field 2 action. Looking over my shoulder, looks like Stanford are taking on GCU. GCU, very impressive in the first game we saw. Game 1 here on the West Coast Sevens. It was 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, we're in a great position here. We're positioned, right between field 1 and field 2. Obviously, we have a responsibility for field 1. I don't want to be stepping on Colin or Corp's toes. I especially don't want to step on Corp's toes. But for us, it's great to be able to, watch field 2 for a second while we're at halftime on field 1. And again, some good collegiate performance between Stanford and GCU. Yeah, and back to this match, overall, fairly evenly contested. I think Bishop ODowd, again, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, they just need to straighten their lines, be a little more decisive when they're running lines. Sacramento, doesn't really need to change a lot. They've got to continue to work hard on defense. and, ideally build on this 12-0 lead. So 7 minutes, anything can happen.
Indeed it can in rugby sevens. You are one mistake away from letting in a try, or one fine attack from going 75 metres and scoring a try. So Sacramento lead this 12 points to nothing over Bishop O'Dowd here in the high school girls competition side of the West Coast Sevens. Spectators coming in. It's a full day of action. We started here at 9 a.m. and we go right the way through the afternoon as well. Sevens, such a key aspect in the development of people in their rugby, whether you're a girl, boy, or starting off at college, getting the ball in your hands, making sure the passes are accurate, the tackling is made, because in sevens you really are exposed. And that is why it's a brilliant development tool, as much as also, of course, an Olympic competition, which in the 2028 home Los Angeles Olympics, we really hope that USA Rugby in the women's and the men's side of things have a great presence.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you were speaking there, my right ear was getting yelled at. The Bishop O'Dowd reserves, to my right, were giving a lot of encouragement to the girls. So, they're only down by 12. As you've said a few times, anything can happen. So this game is still, absolutely for the taking. And I'm looking forward to seeing what, Bishop O'Dowd to our left in the gold and black can do against the white jerseys of the Sacramento Harlequins in this second half.
Here we go, then Bishop O'Dowd going from left to right, kicking off this second half. It's just got forward by Sacramento. So now they work it to this near hand side. Good work to keep the ball alive. The Sacramento just filling out the field defensively. Exactly what you want to do in sevens, to not commit too many towards the breakdown. And deciding to leave it alone, keeping numbers on their feet. Now, Bishop O'Dowd find a bit of room to that outside. Bit of a spin, bit of a twist. Doesn't actually get too far, but that's the number 9. Trying to find a bit of ground. They are just moving the dial a little bit forward. Needed to come back into this game. Needing a try, Bishop O'Dowd. Do they find it on this near side? Space now from the number 12. Slemmer. Hazel Slemmer has just posted in. Brilliant bit of work. Individual bit of work. And that bench you talked earlier, Jeremy Ogle, to our right-hand side, lets out a roar. That is their first try of this match here on field 1.
Yeah, beautifully worked try. And Hazel Slemmer, what a great finish, by her. So, all of a sudden we have a very different game. It's 12-5. The conversion is over. A really nice conversion there by, it looks like that's Maura Cornack with the kick. And we'll watch this replay here just to see again. What I liked here is they came from depth. They moved the ball really well. They ran onto the ball, pretty well. That ball was a bit behind her, but it didn't matter to Slemmer. She took it, goes outside, fends off the defender, and goes in with the conversion good. 5 points with still 5 minutes to go, Will. So an exciting finish ahead of us.
It is indeed. 5 points, the deficit. Can Sacramento find the form that showed in the first half? Well, they're going to struggle to find that form, unfortunately, with just the knock-on from the restart. Not easy looking right into the sun here. The sun is on that left-hand side of the picture, so that would have been directly in her eyes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just dropped. So, Bishop O'Dowd, as you will see, the wonderful picture there in this fantastic facility at Stanford University. Bishop O'Dowd have this scrum on the 22. Them all attackers on this right near-hand side. So, safe to say you know where they're going to go, unless they go down the blind. They don't. They open up around the scrum. And Bishop O'Dowd are going to score their second try of the game, leveling things up. It's been a different sort of team in the second half. Bishop O'Dowd with their second try.
Yeah, the momentum has clearly shifted. Very good individual effort there by number 6. It doesn't look so we have a name matching to that jersey, so I think there's been some confusion there, so apologies for that. But just well-worked individual try. Now we're tied. We've got the kick to come. The kick, unfortunately, is no good, which means with 3:45 left, it is 12-12 But as I said a second ago, Will, you know, momentum is huge in rugby. And right now, all the momentum is with Bishop O'Dowd.
You're absolutely right there, Jeremy. It's a game of momentum and taking control of your purple patches. And it's certainly a purple patch for Bishop O'Dowd. Can Sacramento just steady things up from this restart? It's dropped, and it looks like it's not forward again. Bishop O'Dowd will get the ball back. So these restarts are really working for Bishop O'Dowd now, and it's the platform that they will strike off. They scored from the last one. Can they do it again?
Well, I think they've showed they absolutely can do it again. You know, again, momentum is in their favor. They've got a great platform here just outside the 22, and they've got the whole width of the pitch that they can work with here, Will. So I'm really interested to see what sort of strike play they've got. I thought she was looking blind there. She had a nice offload there. That was a great offload into the hands of number 4 from Bishop O'Dowd. Good carry. She's fighting her way to the line. I think she's down. She's got it, Will. That was individual effort. That was just hard by number 4 from O'Dowd. And now we have a whole different ball game, my friend.
This was a brilliant bit of knowledge to use. And the way she left the ball, picked it up again, enabled her to continue to drive forward and get the try. So Bishop O'Dowd have the lead, 17 points to 12. In a second half, that has just been a complete turn of events. Sacramento really struggling off this restart. Maybe the sun directly in their eyes not helping. Bishop O'Dowd, in first time in this match, have the lead. As now, end up ball hits the floor. You do not want to let a rugby ball hit the turf. Now, Sacramento finally have a bit of attack, and they only need one chance, and they might make use of it as a great last tackle prevents Sacramento from getting over the halfway line. They keep hold of this ball. We are 90 seconds of this game left, and there is still so much to play for. As Sacramento now try and move it to the outside, it's just dropped, unfortunately, there after a fantastic bit of play. It's done.
Yeah, I think, Will, to me, what's changed here is pressure that Bishop O'Dowd has put on. They've put a lot more pressure and emphasis on defense. I think Sacramento has been a little bit timid, a bit intimidated by that defense. And so now, best foot forward with under a minute to go, great attacking platform. They could go to either side of the pitch. And a score here, obviously, will take the game. Right now, it's still wide open. But the way O'Dowd has been performing, I wouldn't bet against them in this situation.
Bishop O'Dowd, then, in the last 40 seconds, they have a penalty. As they now do another good 2-on-1, there is space on that side. They do have an overlap on that far side of the field if they can get the ball there. It's strong work to keep it alive. And they look like they will get it into the space. Can they get the offload away? And again, that is superb. Rugby sevens from Bishop O'Dowd. A 4th try and a winning try there from number 18, Lena Edwards. Credit to this Bishop O'Dowd side. Whatever they had at halftime, whatever team talk it was, it's worked. Fantastic second half.
Great second half. Probably the best second half we've seen of any team so far today. All heart and commitment from O'Dowd. I think Sacramento looked a little fatigued, most of that second half, and O'Dowd took advantage of it, and they come away with a well-earned victory. So really exciting to see, that performance. And again, watching these, college women, Will, and then the high school girls, the future's pretty darn bright.
I love seeing the movement of the ball. Because ultimately, when you think about it as an American sport,